Hello, my name is Morgan Jones, and this is my speech of self introduction. The purpose of the speech is to introduce myself to the class, and the speech is called The Leader in Me and Rodurka. I found an article about a firefighter, Robert Rodurka, who rescued window washers from a very tall building, and the story caught my attention. And I was interested in this story, and I was surprised to actually find this specific article on my birthday. That was interesting to talk about, but regardless, I was shocked and surprised to see what he did to take that initiative to save those men. He physically wrapped a rope around his waist and dangled from a building to save those window washers, to save those men from that dangling 45-degree scaffold that they were supposedly were sitting on as they were doing their job. Um, and his story made an impact on my life, I believe. And it showed me that leaders don't just inspire through the words they say, but they also inspire through action. And I believe that we all need leaders in our lives like Rodurka. As a young girl, I didn't voice my opinion too much, and I didn't really think for myself, but I followed friends based on what they decided and what they did, even though if it wasn't right. I I felt pressured, and I had the fear, of being judged by those peers and by others around me. And I was just scared to stand up for myself. But later on, I was tired of being in someone else's shadow. I got tired of following someone else, and I wondered what I could do to be better. Because I was always taught not to be a follower, but to be a leader. So I self reflected and I began to think how I could change to be better, to better myself. What could I do to be that great leader? So I joined clubs and I befriended the leaders of those clubs to learn from them, to see how they functioned, to see how they communicated, and how they became a leader. So, and I thought to myself, in order to become a leader, I had to envision on what a leader should look like, and having the courage to volunteer for leadership positions developed a sense of maturity and confidence and growth in me. And I never wanted to not be in clubs or school activities and sports because I enjoyed connecting with new members. I enjoyed empowering and encouraging them to do their best, which also encouraged me to do the same. Back to Robert Rodurka. It was his last day working at Manhattan's Rescue One truck before his promotion as a firefighter lieutenant. And regardless and despite of knowing or not knowing that he had to leave that same day, Robert, once he heard the news, took the initiative to save those men who were doing their job at one point. He didn't have to save them. He could have allowed someone else to come, but he did it because that was his job. And I found the picture that was taken on that day where Durka saved those men, and it was dangerous and it was scary, but he knew what he had to do because that was his job. And being a leader takes courage and bravery and to stand up for what is right regardless of what's at stake. Sometimes I get nervous when my peers ask for my advice, and I wonder if I'm sharing the right information. But regardless, I'm thankful that they have enough respect for me to come to me to ask questions and to ask for advice because they do not just see me as a leader, but they see me as a leader and someone they can connect with. Um, and whether I participate in Girl Scouts or tennis or volunteer ministries, youth ministries, volunteer programs, and school clubs and activities, I believe I embody the characteristics as a leader. That's whether I'm communicating with my coaches and my teachers, empowering and encouraging my peers and my members to do their best. I see myself as a leader, and I don't just see myself, but other people around me see me as a leader. So while browsing through this Newsweek article on my birthday about Robert Rodurka and his actions as a hero, it reminded me that being a leader has made me who I am today. And I have no doubt that being a leader will positively impact my future and my life later on. And having the confidence to think for yourself and to make your own decisions and not depending on someone else to do that for you is not just inspirational to you, but it's also inspirational to those around you who could also be struggling. So I will continue to strive in everything I do, no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing. I will continue to be that great leader for others, not just for myself, because I am a leader. Thank you.